Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting stuck into a fascinating cricket match. It's the first T20 international between West Indies and Australia over at Sabina Park in Kingston. We've got all the key moments, the twists and turns, the big performances lined up from our sources, and our mission, as always, is to pull out the really important bits, the insights from what was, frankly, an explosive game. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, this game is definitely worth digging into, especially for you, our listener, because it had these huge swings in momentum. You saw new players, new talent really step up when it counted. And the whole story of the match just flipped completely, didn't it, in just a few overs. So we're not just going to list what happened. We want to explore why it mattered, in the bigger picture of T20 cricket today.
Absolutely. Let's start with West Indies batting first. They really came out firing, posted 189 for 8 in their 20 overs, which felt pretty strong at the time. And the bedrock of that was that partnership, wasn't it? Roston Chase was, explosive 60 off just 32 balls. And the skipper, Shai Hope, played a really solid hand, 55 off 39. That stand, 91 runs, put together really quickly. It looked like they'd set a seriously tough target.
Oh, definitely. That partnership put Australia under immediate pressure. For a long while, West Indies were completely in control. But, T20 cricket loves a twist. And wow, did we get one. It was almost unbelievable watching it happen, this sudden collapse. West Indies lost 6 wickets for only 30 runs right at the end. And that wasn't just losing wickets. It was like a textbook case of how trying to push too hard against good death bowling can backfire. It just completely sucked the momentum out of their innings before Australia even faced a ball.
Right. Here's where it gets really interesting. Because the guy who really turned it around, who sparked that collapse for Australia, was Dwarshuis. He bowled an absolutely brilliant spell, 4 wickets for 36 runs. That performance, it fundamentally changed the game, didn't it? Stopped West Indies well short of that 200 mark they probably wanted.
Totally shifted the dynamic. So, Australia needed 190 to win.
And they went about it pretty effectively in the end. Got there with 7 balls left, finishing on 190 for 7. But the really standout story here, I think, was the debutant, Mitchell Owen. What an entrance. 50 not out of only 27 balls, and that puts him in pretty elite company, right? Only the third Aussie, after Warner and Ponting, to hit a T20I 50 on debut.
Incredible stat.
And Cameron Green gave him excellent support, too. He smashed 51 of just 26 deliveries.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is that partnership between Owen and Green. 80 runs, just like that. It was unstoppable, really powered Australia home. And it just shows you, doesn't it? T20 cricket increasingly rewards these fearless young players who maybe haven't built up that baggage yet. They just come in and play their game. It's certainly paid off big time for Australia here. It makes you think about how teams develop talent.
Yeah, definitely. So looking back at the key players, Mitchell Owen, obviously player of the match. And it wasn't just the batting. The sources say he grabbed a wicket, too. A proper all-round debut.
Impressive.
Cameron Green, too. Not just the power hitting, but some really sharp fielding as well. You absolutely have to mention Dwarshuis again. That 4-wicket burst, mostly in that crucial second-last over, that just ripped the heart out of the West Indies finish.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, a couple of strategic points really stand out. For West Indies, that amazing start they got from Chase and Hope, it counted for less because they just couldn't finish strong. They lost their way. On the flip side, Australia's bowling at the death, especially Dwarshuis, was absolutely vital. It choked the runs right when West Indies needed to accelerate. And then with the bat, Green and Owen showed how crucial it is to have players who can handle that chase pressure and find the boundary, even if they're new to the international scene. It also highlights bowling depth, Australia had different options, and that kept the West Indies lower order guessing.
So where does that leave us? Australia take a 1-0 lead in the 5-match series, and they've done it with some perhaps unexpected heroes stepping up. That's got to feel good for them.
For sure. And for West Indies, the immediate task is pretty clear. They have to sort out their finishing, their death game, both batting and bowling, too, for the rest of the series. And this becomes even more critical, doesn't it, knowing Andre Russell's retirement is coming up soon, losing that finishing power. So what does this all mean for the future of these teams? That's a big question for you, the listener, to ponder. How do West Indies find that end-of-innings punch consistently?
Yeah, that's a really interesting point about finding consistency, especially under pressure. So thinking about everything we've unpacked today, what does this match suggest about getting that mix right? The blend of seasoned experience and fearless young talent in T20 cricket. And maybe a final thought for you to consider. Who was the real MVP of this match? Was it Owen's dream debut, Green's power display, or Dwarshuis' game-changing spell? Why do you lean that way? Lots to think about.